We want to start, though, with Chief Meteorologist Laney Pope and Dave Aiken as well. Laney, what is this latest system showing?
It is now a winter storm warning across our entire area. That means we're getting closer to this event, and we're starting to see a little bit of snow, sleet, freezing rain and rain out there over the plains states with this weather system. And you can see winter storm warnings stretch from there all the way to the East Coast up into New York and of course across the Carolinas. Ice storm warnings are also out, specifically in the upstate of South Carolina, also the southwestern parts of our area. We do have a winter storm warning out with more significant ice expected as you travel down 85 and I-40. We do have the ice threat, but we may see a little burst of snow initially tomorrow afternoon before a transition to sleet and then to freezing rain, which of course we're concerned about for power outages. If you look at this, you've got until about noon tomorrow, I think is a good bet before to get all your planning done. And then we're looking at that precipitation moving in by late tomorrow afternoon and evening. And then once it is here, it stays through Sunday morning. You'll notice all the way through the day on Sunday, it is wintry, and then it will start to wind down as we head into Monday. So prepare to be indoors for several days. This icy mix is going to be on the ground and on the roads and will have an impact. Make sure you have a plan in case you don't have power. Let's check in with Dave with more.
Hey, Laney, yeah, and as you mentioned, while we'll see this start to develop as we go into Saturday afternoon, evening hours, and then in the overnight, the bigger impacts that I think you'll really see will be during the day on Sunday and then into over Sunday night and then on into the day on Monday, too. We're in this major area for winter storm impacts and storm severity across the Piedmont Triad, throughout parts of Virginia and all the way back into other parts and western parts of the state. So snow and sleet developing afternoon, evening, as we mentioned. Saturday night changing from a sleet and a freezing rain mix to all freezing rain on Sunday. That doesn't bode well for us when you start thinking about icy conditions that might start to come into play into that time frame. Now tomorrow in the afternoon, we'll see that snow and sleet develop. It's going to be cold. The winds will be up. It'll be 28, but what we'll feel like with the wind chill values out there will probably feel more like it's in the teens. So you have to bundle up if you are out in the yard or anything. More clouds, more ice could lead to power outages with that ice setup. Steady winds increase for that outage risk for the day, especially during the day on Sunday as that freezing rain hits and you get some of that ice to develop on roads and onto tree branches and onto power lines. And sub-freezing temperatures go all the way through Tuesday. We don't get above freezing until about the middle of the week next week. So it's going to be a cold situation for the next several days once we get past this afternoon. And then we'll start to see things hopefully warm up as we get into late next week. We'll talk about that, look at the timing on all these types of precipitation coming up in just a little bit.
Dave, thank you. Laney as well. Prepare and be ready. That is the message from North Carolina officials as a potentially dangerous winter storm approaches our state.
Well, speaking at the State of Emergency Operations Center this afternoon, Governor Josh Stein said crews are already taking the steps to get ahead of the storm. Crews are pre-treating roads, staging supplies, and preparing for dangerous conditions once precipitation moves out.
His main message remains clear. Understand this could last for several days.
At this time, because of expected ice accumulation and cold temperatures, our greatest concerns remain unsafe travel and power outages that could last for days.
To stay updated on the latest conditions and find information on how to prepare, state officials say helpful resources include the National Weather Service, Drive NC, and Ready NC.
Now, finding a place to stay safe and warm will be key during the winter storm. And Rockingham County officials plan to open shelter tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at Rockingham County Middle School. Now, it will be available 24 hours a day until it's no longer necessary.
I think it's really helpful for people who don't necessarily maybe not have a guaranteed roof over their head, like not a stable home that could possibly something could fall in, ice could break it, anything could happen.
Now, it will be important to be in a safe place when the storm hits. Officials around the state want people to stay off the roads as much as possible so first responders can get around safely.
Davidson County is also making sure residents have a warm place to seek shelter. It has released a list of locations people can go to during the storm. Most are local fire departments. For example, the Fair Grove Fire Department in Thomasville or the Healing Springs Fire Department in Denton. You can scan the QR code on your screen for a full list broken down by county. If your device is not nearby, you can also access the list by visiting our app or our website.
I can tell you the Johnson household are just like this. People across the Triad are rushing to gather last-minute storm supplies, from salt and shovels to bread and milk.
Yeah, stores have been packed. WXII 12 Sarah Sowers joining us live to share how the community is getting ready for what is to come. Sarah, what did you find?
Lindsay, John, we spent the afternoon at Ace Hardware on Robin Hood Road, and there was just a frenzy of people trying to get the supplies that they need last minute, including salt and sleds that were coming off of a delivery truck. Now, employees tell us that one truck unloaded yesterday with salt, and it was all sold out within just an hour. The store is expected to stay open as late as they can on Saturday afternoon, but that is weather dependent. People from around the county are grabbing as much supplies as they can to prevent their own properties and sidewalks from icing over. With ice being the biggest concern during this winter storm, people tell us they are taking preparations seriously before hunkering down in their homes this weekend.
This is the busiest I have ever seen it. We have sold over 10 pallets of salt already. We have the sleds, the snow shovels, the batteries. Unfortunately, the batteries have been picked over pretty hard. Flashlights, everything is going like hotcakes.
And coming up at 4:30, I'll share some information from Forsyth County EMS about how they're preparing for the storm and how response times could be impacted by road conditions. Live in Winston-Salem, Sarah Sowers, WXII 12 News.
Sarah, thank you. Right now, grocery store parking lots are filling up quickly, and everyday staples like bread, milk, and eggs are disappearing from store shelves. WXII 12's Chris Peterson stopped by Conrad and Hinkle grocery store in Lexington to see how they are keeping up.
Shoppers are filling the aisles at grocery stores across the Triad as they prepare to hunker down. Customers are lined up at the register at Conrad and Hinkle grocery store in Lexington. The folks that work here tell me it's been this way for several days. The only milk on the shelf is chocolate, but I did see eggs, bread, and bottled water. Oliver Lark works in the butcher shop. He says they've been planning for the rush for almost a week. Customers are buying the usual as well as lunch meat, sausage, and chicken. Lark also said that if you lose power, just put things outside. It'll certainly be cold enough. Customers I spoke with say dealing with the crowds isn't fun, but they understand the need to be prepared.
People are panic buying, possibly overstocking, but you never know what's going to happen, so they just want to be prepared.
I think it's a little excessive, but at the same time, we don't get storms like this, so I can understand where people need to be prepared.
And do you feel like you're prepared?
Yes, I am prepared. I have snack food, we have staples, pimento cheese, we're okay.
The folks here at Conrad and Hinkle say they'll be open for normal business on Saturday in case you need something last minute. In Lexington, I'm Chris Peterson, WXII 12 News.
All right, Chris, thank you. Duke Energy is ready for whatever this storm brings. The utility company serves close to 3.8 million customers in our state alone. Now, in an update today, Duke Energy says by tonight it will have more than 18,000 workers in place to respond to any outages. Now, however, those crews can't start to move until conditions are safe enough for them to do their jobs. Of those 18,000 workers, many of them are coming to the Carolinas from somewhere else to help in the United States. WXII's Bethany Cates is live at the Four Seasons in Greensboro, which the utility company is using as a staging point. So, Bethany, what can the company tell us that you can relay to us all?
That's exactly right, John. Well, I just spoke with a spokesperson not that long ago, and she tells me those crews are coming from 27 different states, including Canada. Now, I'm going to take a step out of the way so you can kind of see these trucks here lined up, and I've counted about a dozen since we've been here. But Duke Energy is advising customers to go ahead and prepare for the potential of multi-day power outages. The company says just 1/4 of an inch of ice can bring down trees and branches onto power lines, and 1/2 inch or more of ice can weigh down lines themselves. And Duke Energy has more than 18,000 workers on standby to respond, but we have you covered on WXII12.com for any power outages if they were to come to you. Live in Greensboro, I'm Bethany Cates for WXII 12 News.
All right, Bethany, thank you. Should you lose power during this winter storm, your refrigerated medications could be at risk. Pharmacists say to try to avoid storing those medications in refrigerator doors or back walls where temps fluctuate or drop too low. Instead, store them in the main body of the refrigerator. They also say it's a good idea to prepare ahead of time with some ice packs on hand. If you do lose power, keep the refrigerator door shut as much as you can.
In doing this, usually the refrigerator can stay within that desirable temperature range between about 36 to 46 degrees for about 24 hours. If their power outage goes beyond that point, then they would probably want to put it in a cooler with those ice packs, just making sure it's also not getting too cold, as that can also be dangerous if a medication were to freeze or get too cold.
Now, Blake adds if medications do go bad, oftentimes they'll turn cloudy or look as though something might be floating in it. If you have any medical devices requiring power, make sure you have a backup power supply and extra batteries on hand. And as we mentioned earlier, there are steps you can take now to prepare in case you do lose power. Scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen there. That's going to take you to our website where you can find a full list of safety tips from how to correctly use a generator and preventing power surges. We have you covered with everything. You can also find those tips on our free mobile app as well.